Hello friends and welcome to my channel IB All Designing Developer. So Java developers, have you ever felt like you're writing too much boilerplate code just to pass a simple behavior? Let me introduce you to something that will change the way you code. Lambda expressions in Java. Lambdas are sleek, modern feature that let you write functional style code in Java. Instead of creating anonymous inner classes for simple logic, now you can pass behavior with just a few lines of code, clean, concise and super readable. Imagine writing a whole interface method in just one line. That's the power of lambdas, bringing Java closer to modern languages like Python and JavaScript while still keeping it type safe. So if you're tired of verbosity and love elegant code, lambda expressions are your new best friend. Let's dive in and make your Java code smarter and shorter. So in this video, we will be learning what are lambda expressions in Java, and I hope you will be enjoying this video. So if you understand this video and if you enjoy this amazing tutorial, so remember to hit a like, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my videos which I will be uploading in future. So now what we are waiting for, let's move to computer screen and let's dive into it. Alright, so now we are on the computer screen, and like I've told you in the start that today in this video I will be telling you that what are lambda expressions in Java or how you can use lambda expressions in Java. But before understanding how we can use it, we need to understand what are lambda expressions. So if we talk about lambda expression in Java, lambda expressions were added in Java 8, means the version we are using is the latest version of Java, but if you are using older version than 8, so in that you will be not getting lambda expressions because lambda expressions were introduced in Java 8 version. So you need to install Java 8 version or latest than the Java 8 version in which you will be having lambda expressions. If you are having older version than Java 8, so you cannot use lambda expression there. So I will prefer you to update the version to Java 8 or the latest version which is in 2025. Moving on, this is an, you can say, a full example or you can say a full description about lambda expression. What is lambda expression? A lambda expression is a short block of code which takes in parameters and returns a value. Lambda expressions are similar to methods, but they do not need a name and they can be implemented right in the body of a method. So it is just saying me lambda expression normally is a short block of code like we use in parameters, and then we return a value, and it is simply like methods. Like in the previous videos when we were working with Java, I have told you about methods, like what are methods in Java, how you can create a method, that all. But in method we create a name and then we can implement it directly. But normally if we talk about lambda expression, so lambda expression are similar to method but they do not need a name. Like methods needed a name when we are creating any method, but lambda expression doesn't need any name. They can be directly implemented in the body of a method as we have created method first. So moving on to its syntax, like what is the syntax to create a lambda expression? Here is the example. The simplest lambda expression contains a single parameter and an expression. So it is saying me if you are a beginner starting with lambda expression for the first time, so the simplest lambda expression always contain a single parameter and an expression. If you want to use more than one parameter, then you can wrap them in parentheses. This is the second example how we are wrapping one lambda expression in parentheses here, or two lambda expressions in parentheses. Then one description again is written, lambda expressions are limited. They have to immediately return a value and they cannot contain variables, assignments or statements such as if or for. In order to do more complex operations, a code block can be used with curly braces. If the lambda expression needs to return a value, then the code block should have a return statement. So it is just explaining me if you are using lambda expressions and if you want to immediately return a value using lambda expressions, so for that you cannot use variables, assignments or statements as we use in if and for statements. So in order to do more complex operation in lambda expression, for that you need to write a code of you can say a code block that can be used with curly braces. After doing that, you need to create a lambda expression and then you can just return a value which you want to do, and after that again you can create a code block which should be having a return statement. And I have already told you that how you can create a return statement in the previous Java tutorial, so you can check that video out if you haven't know that how you can create a return statement. So before understanding and before using lambda expression, we need to open our NetBeans IDE here, because as you know in the previous video when we were just working with Java, we were using NetBeans IDE because I think this is the best IDE for beginners if you are working with Java. And if you are a beginner starting with language like Java, it has all the features, all the things which a beginner needed. So that's the reason I'm using NetBeans IDE. But if you have already used this, so you can use some other IDEs as well, like Eclipse. You can use VS Code as well, which is totally made for Java. And then if you want to use some online IDEs, so for that you can use Rapid, Jupyter, CodeBeam. There are many other IDs, online IDs, which you can use. But if you're not having too much like good internet speed, so I will prefer you to use offline IDs as I'm using here NetBeans. Moving on to this NetBeans, you will be getting same interface as I'm getting here, and then you need to just remove this start page which we are getting. And if you haven't created a file, so you can directly move to file. You can create first of all new project. After creating new project, you can right click on your project and then you can select new. After selecting new, you can select Java class here, and then you can give the Java class name. Java class means like you are creating a Java file, and you can give any name to your file you want to. I've already created one Java file with the name of main.java, so I don't need to create any other file here. I will be removing all the things from this file, and then we will be moving on to our Word document again. Moving on to Word document, here we need to copy first example in which we are creating one syntax through lambda expression. This is like how we are using lambda expression, and in example it is saying me that use a lambda expression in the arrays list for each method to print every item in the list. So it is saying me if you want to print every item in this array list, so for that you need to create a for each method, and in that for each method you need to print this array list here, so that you can get every item printed in the list when you are running this list in your output. Moving on to this, I will be copying this example here, and moving on to my NetBeans IDE, I will be pasting it. So you can just see we are creating one method as well, which is named as main. You can give any you can say name to your method, but remember the method name should be same as your file name is. Like my file name is main, so my method name is main as well. After writing this method or creating this method, I am creating one list in this method, and in this list I am adding some elements as well, like 5, 9, 8, 1. These are the, you can say, integers which we have created in this list, and I want these all integers should be printed. So now we need to run this file or run this list to check what output I am getting. So for running this file, you can just press Shift Alt or N, which is the shortcut key to run a Java file, or if you don't want to use it with shortcut key, you can directly move on to main.java file. Just press right click here and then press run file, and the shortcut key is Shift and F6. So I will be running this file, and after running this file, you can just see it is showing me project running, and then in the output it is showing me the values which I have printed in my list, 5981. So these are the integer values which I have printed in my list, and I want these integers should be printed in the output, and I'm getting successfully these all things printed in the output. Means our list is working and our array list is successfully running and getting the output. So that's the way how you can create an array list in your main method, and we have created this array list using lambda expression of this integer numbers. So that's the way how you can use lambda expressions to print a array list, or you can print different other list as well. But for example, I have shown you how you can print an array list using lambda expression. Moving on to Word document, again there are some other examples which you can use, but before using other examples we need to understand about this example, what it is explaining me. Lambda expressions can be stored in variables if the variables type is an interface which has only one method. The lambda expression should have the same number of parameters and the same return type as that method. Java has many of these kinds of interfaces built in, such as consumer interface found in the java.util package used by list. So it is saying me simply like you can use lambda expressions in variables, because lambda expression can be stored in variables if the variable type is an interface which has only one method. Remember one thing, if you want to store a lambda expression in variable, you can do that, but for that the variable type should be having an interface of only one method, as here is mentioned this thing, and the lambda expression should have the same number of parameters and should be returning the same return type as the method is returning. And Java has many kind of these interfaces built in, such as consumer interface, which we will be understanding in the coming up videos, and that consumer interface is also found in same package of java.util package, which we have used in different other things previously on when we were working with Java. So this is another example, and in this example we are using Java's consumer interface to store a lambda expression in a variable. So simply I will be copying this example here, and then moving on to my NetBeans IDE, I will check how this example is working. So I will be removing all the things. We are importing java.util package and array list, because this array list comes with this java.util package, and same goes to this consumer as well. We are using this consumer because this consumer class also comes with java.util package, so we need to import this because we are using here in this list. with lambda expression. Moving on to my main.java file, I will be simply running it, and after running again we are getting same output. We are getting same output because we are running same thing but with a different method. This time we are not only printing it through array list, we are using consumer class as well, which also comes with java.util package as this array list comes. So that's the way how you can use this consumer class with java.util package in lambda expressions to get same output printed, or you can use other method as well to print same array list here. Directly you can print it as well if you want to. Moving down, there are some other example as well how you can use it. So to use a lambda expression in a method, the method should have a parameter with a single method interface as its type. Calling the interface method will run the lambda expression, and this is the example how we are creating a method which takes a lambda expression as a parameter. This is the you can say method which we are creating, in which we are getting a lambda expression, or we are creating a lambda expression as a parameter here. So you can use this example as well to check what output we are getting, but the output will be same, just we have changed the values here. Like previously on we were printing integer values, here we are using string values, but the method would be same as we are using at the top 2 times. So this is the way how you can use lambda expressions in parameters, and simply how you can use lambda expression which contains a single parameter and an expression. So I hope you understand this video in which we have learned what are lambda expression in Java and how we use it. So if you understand this video and if you enjoy this amazing tutorial, so remember to hit a like, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my videos which I will be uploading in future. So just I will be meeting you next tutorial or in next project using Java. So for today, goodbye.